Hello everyone, John here. Welcome along to another video. Today we're having a look at this, which is the nice blue version of the HX Stomp and how it works with the blues. Now, before we start, big thanks to Adam from Line 6 and Sam from the Rock Shop here in Albany in New Zealand for letting me take this out for a week to put it through its paces. And I was just playing there over at 12 Bar Blues using this and only this and just one amp too. So let me go through some of the sounds that I was using here. Alright, so this first tone I'm using is a Fender Tweed amp, and this is based on the Fender Bassman. And what I've done here, as you can see on the screen, we've got a little line which goes from left to right, and you can think of this like your, like your effects board really. I've got my amp here in the middle, alright, and next to it is a spring reverb, but let's just see how this sounds. And I've got my volume turned down a little bit, and so let's see if it's responsive. If I turn up the volume a bit, I'm using my fingers there, so if I turn up the volume, see if I dig in. Or if I, use my fingers, it cleans up nicely. There we go, so that's good. That's just the Fender Bassman or the Tweed amp, Now, what we can also do is let's just have a look at the reverb here. I've got a 63 spring reverb going on here, but as you can see, there's loads of different reverbs there that we can use. So let's try a room reverb, see how that sounds kind of in a blues situation. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Really makes it sound like a room. What I sometimes like to do in this situation is I put a room reverb on to give it the sound of the room. And what you can also do is I'm going to click here on this line, open another block here and go to the reverb, which is down here. And I'm going to see if I can put another reverb on, which is, let's go into Legacy. And if I put on the spring reverb now we've got a bit of room reverb and some spring reverb. Sounds like this. And you can of course turn the mix down anything you like. So that's the kind of basic tone. Let me go back to how it was. Let me get rid of that reverb. See, I can just get rid of it by getting rid of it on the X on the top, and it goes. And let's put this back down to the 63 spring, so it was as it was. So we've got the reverb here at the end. We've got an amp and a cab, and you can change the cabs as well, which is great. I'm going to stick with this 4x10 Tweed. And now, what are these other things I've got going on here? Well, the first thing, or this one here I've got in the middle, is a tone sovereign. Now, this is based on the Analog Man King of Tone. So here's our sound. But instead of waiting 2 years for an Analog Man King of Tone to order one, you can just switch it on here. So there we go. You've got a nice, sounding overdrive there, quite warm. If we change the pickups, we've got that kind of sound. So it sounds nice and throaty. Now, what we can do, of course, we can add another overdrive and stack it. So this little slot I've got before it is another overdrive, and this is a top secret overdrive, and to me this one gives it a kind of a fuzzy sound. So we're stacking them now. Hold on to your eardrums. sounds kind of, you know, a bit fuzzy there, doesn't it? So you get a nice kind of throaty sound. Now, the last thing I have done here is I have put on, in this area here, I have added in the modulation section a Univibe. So let us see how that sounds. If I switch it on, that might help. Okay, here we go. Now we've got this. Yeah, sounds good. So there we go. That's a few of the sounds I used in that recording there. So we're really starting with just a clean amp, some reverb, and then you can add whatever you like, distortion pedals, you can add phasers, choruses, and these HX Stomps are really great because, you know, if you have to record late at night, if you like recording, or even if you just want to play, and what I do sometimes when I'm watching the telly is I just plug in the headphones and I put them on like that into the HX Stomp, and, you know, find an amp, and it's great. Sounds really good. You don't disturb anyone, and it's lots of fun. So hope this was useful, something to consider when you're playing the blues, because I know as blues players we like just to plug in the guitar into an amp, but this little thing here, you know, you can just plug it in, plug your headphones in, plug the cable in, and away you go, and it sounds good. Don't disturb anyone, as I say. So something to think about with the blues and playing. So hope that makes sense. Let me know if you've got any questions, and thanks again to Adam and Sam in the rock shop, Adam from line 6 for letting me borrow it, and let me know if you've got any questions. See you again in the next video.